So, since I didn't have the chance to visit the End Vienna this year, unfortunately, I had also, like you probably, to rely on news to see what was interesting. You know, Munich was always easy for me. It's only about 2.5 hours from where I live. Vienna, unfortunately, was a different story this year. As some of you may know, I've slowed down a bit with reviews recently for family reasons, but things are slowly getting back to normal. And from the videos I watched online, I have to say that Vienna looked probably bigger than Munich, but also a bit more compact in terms of rooms layout with less open space. But a lot of people that were there told me that was not easy to find the way around. And funny because, to be honest, first time that I was to the high-end Munich, I remember being completely lost. So I can only imagine what Vienna was to look like. Please let me know your impressions in the comment sections down below. Now let's talk about most interesting announcement, at least a couple. Starting with Eversolo, they introduced several new products, right? And including the new generations of the A8 streamer. But the product that really caught my attention was the T10 transport. Probably you saw my T8 review, and what I told you in the review, that the T8 felt a little too small compared to the Z10 deck. I never really understood that size choice, and now just 1 year later Eversolo has released the T10 with a larger chassis and improved internal layout. Am I happy? Yes and not. On one hand it looks like a more serious product, on the other hand I feel a little sorry for those who bought the T8 only a year ago. Still, I'm very interested to find out the sonic signature performance compared to the T8. Moving to Ortofon, they have also some exciting news. They introduced the new MCX50 cartridge, and I have to tell you that the review of the X40 is complete and coming soon, so subscribe if you are interested in it. Looking at the specs comparisons, we can see that the X50 gets a micro-ridge stylus profile and improved channel separations, which should bring even better tracking and detail retrieval. So if you are interested in the new MC series, make sure you subscribe because the X40 review is right around the corner. And this was not all. Ortofon also unveiled the MC Vertex, a flagship moving coil cartridge priced around 15 grand. It features an advanced diamond-based constructions and some very exotic engineering. Let's just say lucky R2s can afford it, and unfortunately I'm not one of them. I even have a proper turntable for something like that. Moving to Merton, also introduced the new Dexter series. I'm a big fan of Merton speaker, they sound incredibly good, and the idea behind the range is to bring more of Marten high-end technology and house sound into room and system that may not accommodate their larger speakers. I'm really disappointed that I didn't get the chance to hear them in person, but I hope to do it soon. If you did it, please let me know in the comment sections down below. Moving to Klipsch, celebrating its anniversary with the Klipschorn. Based on Paul Klipsch legendary full horn loaded design, it combines classic heritage with modern engineering. Love the brand, is great history behind, and I had here the Klipsch Heresy 4 was I think, yes, and I tested the Forte. Man, beautiful. I love this vibe that they are generating, is amazing. And they also introduced the new Rebelion series. I absolutely love the design and I can't wait to get a chance to test them. Another product that caught my attention was from Yamaha with a new active speaker. Really elegant design, love it. Advanced driver technology, very attractive look. So nice to see that Yamaha has always something to showing to us. Then we have also news from Musical Fidelity. I saw that they are presenting a new CD driver that will be possible to combine it with your A1. I have the A1. It's one of those amplifiers that probably I will never sell. I think the name is A1 CD, features the same casing and design as the iconic A1 amplifier. I don't have more information about pricing and availability, but I hope to have something for you very soon. But let's go on one of the biggest announcements from Vienna. The new Bauer & Wilkins 801 D5. Damn, was long time ago, maybe 4 years ago or 5 years ago, that I tested the 801 D4. I had a lot of fun. This video was huge, get a lot of response from the audience, so I was really happy about it. And this year is special because Bauer & Wilkins, the company is celebrating the anniversary, and they have gone big with celebrations, introducing the latest generations of their iconic flagship 800 series diamond loudspeaker. Now, before I say anything else, let me be clear. I absolutely love the 800 series here. In my opinion, is one of the most recognizable speaker designs ever created. Even people who are not into Hi-Fi can often recognize an 800 series speaker from across the room. The new D5 brings a number of refinements under the hood, including updated cabinets, crossover network, driver integrations, and isolation system. As always, Bauer & Wilkins continues to refine what is already one of the most respected loudspeaker platforms in the industry. That said, when I first saw the D5, my reaction was probably a little different from what many people expected. By the way, I was invited to the presentations and really sad that I didn't had the opportunity to be there. But I didn't think, wow, that's completely a new speaker. I thought, yep, that's definitely Bauer & Wilkins, and maybe that's exactly the point here. Because let's be honest, right, if you had the job to redesign the 800 series, would you really want to be the person who changes one of the most iconic loudspeaker designs of the last 30 years? That's a scary job, right? It's a bit like being asked to redesign a Porsche 911. You can improve it, refine it, make it better, but if you change too much, people start asking what happened to the original. So I completely understand why Bauer & Wilkins choose evolutions rather than revolution, like Ferrari did with the Ferrari Lucio, right? At least I think everyone was speaking about it. Still, the fun part here of being an enthusiast like me, like you guys, is try to imagining the alternatives, or how could be a D6 or a Futures 801. So I asked something funny. I know AI to design a few concept versions of what a more futuristic 801 might look like. So here we have the first one, was actually pretty interesting, so nothing changed here. Then the second one looked like something from a Star Wars movie, and here we have another release, also a little bit more futuristic, not bad, right? And in the end, AI create for me this model. Well, let's just say it might be a little too much, probably too futuristic for most living room. Would I actually want Bauer & Wilkins to build any of or something like that? Probably not, right? But it's fun to imagine what could happen if the designs were given a completely blank sheet of paper. And in the end, I think Bauer & Wilkins made a safe choice here, and there is nothing wrong with that, of course. But yeah, I'm still dreaming to see probably something like that, at least something a bit different with next series. But I'm curious here, would you like to see a more radical redesigns in the futures, or should the 800 series always look like an 800 series? Let me know in the comment sections down below. I hope you enjoyed this funny video. See you soon, guys. Ortofon review is coming. Many speakers and amplifier reviews are coming. Subscribe. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for being part of this community, and see you soon.